Influencer Brian Barczyk has died. This was his final message to his 5 million YouTube followers. Brian, who was from Michigan, was a reptile lover and expert. Brian's family shared that his passion for reptiles and wildlife, along with his steadfast dedication to education, has touched innumerable hearts and minds globally.
Okay, so what is going on, everybody? Starting off the year 2025, it's kind of hard to believe that it's awesome that it's a brand new year and stuff, but there is one thing that I need to get off my chest here, and I think a lot of people do as well. Some of you may or may not know, but a year ago today, the reptile community lost a great person, and all of you guys know that I have met this man before at least twice in my life, but I've been following him for years and years since he started uploading his vlog channel years ago. And we lost our dear friend, literally one of the OGs that started the reptile community on YouTube, and that would be Brian Barczyk. Now, Brian was somebody that kind of was like one of the early days of having a big YouTube channel, and I think he first started uploading YouTube videos back in like 2008, and he had a series what was called Snake Bites, and for years that was a very big channel on YouTube for anybody that loved snakes and reptiles. They would always try to come up with something, you know, educational for people to learn about snakes, but also have a little entertainment involved with them as well. And he did that for a long time, and then he introduced himself to the vlogging world in 2016, which I actually subscribed to at the very beginning when he started doing it. And it was amazing just seeing him, you know, traveling around the world and bringing the audience along with him, you know, just him, the camera, you know, and filming stuff, and then eventually sharing it with us. Unfortunately, we never got to see him, you know, continue on with it for many years. So for any of you guys that don't know how Brian passed away, he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer about a year earlier before his death, and he did not make it officially public until March of 2023. And obviously, for anybody that's ever been diagnosed with cancer, it's not fun, and it can be scary. It is scary, because it can affect anybody. It doesn't matter who you are, how old you are, it doesn't matter. It can happen with very little signs or to no signs in your body at all. For Brian, this was very scary, and pancreatic cancer is one of the worst to get, by the way. So, and Brian tried to put up a hard battle with it for a full year, and unfortunately he couldn't, you know, he couldn't beat it, sadly. I want to actually honor this video to my good friend Brian and to his family, because those people, they are just wonderful family. I mean, they've worked very hard alongside with Brian to try and make his dreams come true, you know, like the Reptarium and now the Legacy Aquarium, which is almost completely done, which is awesome. And me and my family, we are planning on taking a trip down there eventually to see the place. Right now I'm actually taking a look at this signed poster that not only Brian signed, but his entire crew that worked with him over the years. You guys can see we got Jessica on here. She still works with Brian, of course. You had Kelsey on here, and you got Mary here, Eric and Mary. They are still very close friends with Brian and his family to this very day. Oh man. Just seeing this poster of a young Brian, you guys, it's pretty sad, because he never got to see his Legacy Aquarium come to life. But eventually, a couple months after Brian had passed away, everybody, when I took a trip to the Tinley Park show with my dad off camera, I actually did run into Brian's wife there. That was on a booth, and I only talked to her for just a couple of minutes. I shared my condolences to her for her loss, and I'm so sorry, you guys. It just really brought back flashbacks to when my brother was sick, and when he had passed away, that was one of the most worst moments of my life. And even sometimes when I still think about my brother, I start getting emotional. Because we made so many great memories together growing up when we were kids. But, I mean, I get, you know, there is always that saying life isn't fair, but sometimes I just wonder, like, how does cancer try to defy that? I don't know how that's possible. How should cancer defy that? I don't think it should. But, yeah, I wanted to take a moment, everybody, of your time here for 1 year after he passed away, everyone. I just want to tell to the Barczyk family that we still actually follow you guys up on the internet once in a while, seeing how things are going with the aquarium, and it's looking really fabulous, and it's looking exactly how Brian had envisioned it. And we're planning on, like I said, taking a road trip down pretty soon. So with that, I want to just take that moment, everybody, to, you know, share some of Brian's greatest, like, memory lane, you know, of sharing of how Brian had a major impact in the reptile community. They will always be in the ones that you lost will always be in your heart, though, and you will always still love them, no matter what. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, everyone, and try to get a little work done here, trying to stay a little bit more motivated. So I'm gonna go ahead and feed a couple of my animals here and just go on forward with the day. Now, I know this video was not your herping adventure, anybody, so I do apologize for that, but we also still have a few more months of this winter weather to go, and we probably won't get to see any, like, reptiles at all, probably not until no earlier than April at this point. So, but that's what happens when I live in a cold climate here. But anyways, before I wrap this video up, everybody, I just want to, like, just let you all know that Brian, he may have passed away, but his spirit is still with the community, with us here, no matter who we are. And he always will be in his family's heart, whether it's family at home or it's at the Legacy Aquarium. He's gonna be there, everybody. He's just gonna not be there physically, but he's gonna be there from in the heart, though. So with that, I just wanted to take one quick moment before I wrap this video up of this letter that I have shown it probably at least a few times on this channel over the years, from this awesome letter that Brian wrote to me back several years ago, and it really made my day when he sent me this. So yeah. Well, and of course, like he has said, you know, in his past videos, keep that passion for wildlife. So I will try to always remind myself that every single day, no matter what. So for any of you guys out there that are, you know, missing Brian, but just remember, you're not the only ones. But he'll always say that message to you, probably inside your heart, is to keep that passion for wildlife. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up, everybody. So hopefully I'll see you guys soon.